where you're tuning in from. I love to see who's the first one. Let's see. Should be all US agents. Temps. Stephanie, you got it. Tampa. I wish I could do a contest. Cali, Bronx, Oregon, South Carolina, NYC,
All right.
Potomac. I know where my friend
Our,
lives. Rachel, my friend lives in Potomac. My very, very best friend lives in Potomac, and we met up in Arizona, and I bought these earrings there. Isn't that funny? How small the world is. It is such a beautiful day here. We are going to be presenting some of the most beautiful destinations on the planet with Antigua and Barbuda. So I'm very
Hmm.
excited. It's Sabrina with Spoiled Agent. Hello to everyone here on Zoom. Hello to everyone with us on Facebook in the United States of America. We're so glad you took some time to tune in. And I'm here with my friends, Rod and Kim. So, Kim Essen is a senior BDM for the West Coast with Antigua and Barbuda. And Rod Hines is a senior BDM of the Northeast with these beautiful islands of Antigua and Barbuda. How are you today, Kim?
I'm wonderful. I can't believe all the people signing on from the West Coast. That makes me so very happy. So good morning to everyone in my time zone and good afternoon to everyone else elsewhere. It's so great that you could join us today.
Yeah, ditto. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, good. And good afternoon. You're in the afternoon, right, Rod? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm actually in New York City. Beautiful day in New York City, although I'd rather be on one of our 366 beaches in Antigua now. But all is well, and I want to take an opportunity to welcome all the lovely agents that are on
Well,
board.
thank you. Thank you both. It's so nice to have someone from my time zone. Kim, I'm in the West Coast too, and I'm always the one. So we're just starting our coffees
Uh-huh,
here.
exactly.
It's just 10 a.m. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Quick housekeeping because we want to make sure that we use your time wisely. We know you're very busy. Some of you might already be certified Antigua and Barbuda specialists. Yay.
Good.
That's fantastic. Let us know in the chat or send us some hearts if you're a certified agent. I'd love to see that. I'm going to tell you how certified I am. Look at that. I've done virtual trade shows and everything. Now, what I want to tell you is help us out, please. If you have a question, now these are senior BDMs. I also almost said they were the vice presidents because these are knowledgeable, amazing team that's here to support you. So please put your question in the Q&A because they'll get that in a report and we'll have an opportunity to read through those in the presentation. But if you throw it in the chat, it kind of gets buried and we can never find it. So it's too hard. But leave the chat, please, for letting us know. Meg, you're certified. Jill got certified this week. Awesome. Use the chat for that. We love to see the chat. We love to see your reactions. We know they work because we saw all your hearts. So thank you for that. And of course, we'll be recording this webinar for you, so you can watch this on the Antigua and Barbuda Spoiled Agent page or on YouTube. And also something fun. There's a prize today. You're so generous and
Yeah.
such good spoilers. Who wants to say what it is?
Go ahead, Kim.
Okay, it'll be my turn. So with our specialist rewards program, and you have to be a specialist to receive the prize. So it's 2,000 points, which is really nice.
Hmm.
That's it's when you register your bookings online, you get 100 points per night that you register. So you're already getting basically, 20 nights in your specialist program, which can bring you up to $100 gift card, different merchandise, free nights at different property. The more points you accumulate, the more opportunities you have to spend them and enjoy Antigua. So make sure you do that specialist program if you haven't done it already. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to Rod and I.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm signing up. I'm sending everyone the link right now. Um,
Great.
and Janice said quickly says, can we register if the trip was in June? Can you register past stuff or only future?
Yes, you can register everything up to 24 months in the past, as well as log your future bookings. And it pretty much shows you how you have to go through everything. There's a questionnaire thing that you fill out with your client's information. Make sure you include a PDF showing the airfare as well as the full package price broken out. Makes it much easier for us to approve all the bookings. And I know with some of the suppliers, it makes it very difficult to get the difference in the airfare. Write a note what it was on that PDF. It'll make it so much easier for us to approve everything. because we don't like to reject any bookings. We know how hard it is for you to get all the, work done
Yeah.
and take the time to register those bookings because it does take time out of your day as well. So it's so appreciated. We just want to make it a very seamless process.
Wonderful. I'm glad we had a chance to talk about that and everybody has the link, but don't go there. Watch the webinar and then I'll send it again. Don't you worry.
Yes.
I'll let you two get started without further ado, and I'll see you on the flip side for the Q&A.
Wonderful. Well, again, welcome everyone to Antigua and Barbuda, where we like to say the beach is just the beginning. I wanted to start off by sort of sharing with you our team. And the top right-hand corner is our director, our illustrious director, Mr. Dean Fenton. And then you'll see this is, and we have Norel Joseph, who was our sales and marketing, but this is our entire team. This is the team actually that has been responsible for Antigua and Barbuda being voted the top tourism board in the Caribbean 2 years in a row. So we're very proud of this team. We're very proud of our director and the destination in general. I want to start off the video with the presentation with a little video. Antigua may come from. I have to stop that video because if you listen to that video too long, chances are you're going to be hearing that in your sleep. Antigua may come from. By the way, that video is available on YouTube and is performed by our top reggae artists on the destination Caution. We talked a little bit earlier, we touched a little bit on our Antigua Specialist program. Here is the link, AntiguaBarbudaSpecialist.us. I saw a lot of hearts when there were some questions asked about who are specialists. And if you aren't, then I would certainly encourage you to become a specialist. You've heard some of the perks already, but there are all kinds of perks to becoming a specialist. You earn extra points for room nights, you can redeem bonus points, etc. You get your first choice on fam trips. We do lots of fams every year across the country. And the Black Pineapple Awards is something that you could also get involved in. Once you log your bookings, you can get invited to that, sort of the Oscars of awards in Antigua. So it's a really wonderful opportunity. If you haven't done it yet, be sure and do it. Sign up so that you can register your bookings, become an Antigua and Barbuda specialist. Where are we? We're right in the heart of the Caribbean, the two islands in one. Antigua, of course, will be the larger island, and then our sister island is Barbuda. And of course, Antigua, it's spelled Antigua, but we say Antigua. You'll notice there on the map, we're right in between St. Kitts and Montserrat. As a matter of fact, on a clear day, you can actually see Montserrat from one of our beaches in Antigua.
So as you know, I have a mental block.
Yes.
There's something I struggle with, and I show this once a year to show I haven't gotten any better. We frequently give away trips, as we did tonight, to the island of Antigua. But when you look at it, it looks like it's Antigua. It's spelled that way. So I can't say it right. So this is what they have to do for me. They have to sound it out for me with that, because I'm stupid. And
No, you're not.
37 years, I can't say Antigua.
Antigua.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you next time. I'll work on this. Antigua.
Bye.
Antigua.
Yeah, we got a little bit of celebrity help there to help in the correct pronunciation of Antigua. This is a shot of our cruise terminal in St. John's. On any given day, you can see 4 or 5 cruise ships in the port. It's a very busy port, very popular. And of course, St. John's is the capital of Antigua. And you see a list of all of the cruise lines that come in. What we're doing, since cruises are becoming quite popular in the destination, we're now upgrading the terminal. And this is happening as we speak, and we expect that it should be opening up later on this year. We're putting in a brand new pool. There's lots of there are bars and restaurants and places where you can eat and shop and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a very high-end cruise terminal right in St. John's to welcome your cruise passengers who are coming into the destination. So, and of course, there are various ways to get to Antigua other than cruising. We want you to fly into the destination. So you can fly on from New York City, from Newark, from Miami, from Atlanta, from Charlotte, from Orlando, and you see all of the airlines. We're working with American Airlines, JetBlue, United, Delta. They're all doing nonstop service into the destination. If you connect with any one of these flights, you can literally be on one of our 366 beaches with your first rum punch by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So these are the flights. It's American twice daily out of Miami, and then we have JFK, we have Charlotte. So lots of connections for your clients or for yourselves to get to the destination of Antigua and Barbuda. And VC Bird International Airport is our airport, and it is without question one of the finest airports in the Caribbean. We've got a lovely fast track service available for your clients who are interested in that, because it helps you sort of speed through the immigration process. And then there's also a marvelous executive lounge when you're departing, in case you want to have, before you board your flight, you want to go have a glass of wine or rum punch or some hot soup or something. So we got the fast track lounge and the departure lounge at VC Bird International Airport. The beach is just the beginning. And by the way, we've got a beach for every day of the year and one for the leap year, because we have 366 beaches in Antigua. And of course, in Barbuda, we have pink sand, beautiful pink sand. It's a very romantic destination. It really is. As a matter of fact, we've been voted multiple years in a row as one of the most romantic destinations in the Caribbean, Antigua. It's very easy to get married on the destination. We do lots of honeymoons. We do lots of destination weddings, etc. And you can literally, there's no waiting period to be married. You can literally step off the plane if you wanted to and be married right on the tarmac. We make it that easy for you. So keep that in mind. Very romantic destination, very easy to get married. Of course, if you've been divorced, then you need to have all that paperwork in place. But we make it very easy to say, I do in Antigua.
Romance is back. Romance is back. Romance is back.
Romance is back, and we welcome you to the most romantic place on earth. Come, write your own love story in Antigua and Barbuda.
Love and Wanderlust makes you want to get married again. So, apart from being romantic and all that sort of stuff, there's a ton of things to do in Antigua and Barbuda. So we don't have your ordinary excursions. We've got Stingray City, we've got kiteboarding, we got one of my favorites is the circumnavigation cruise, catamaran cruise actually, that goes around the island and with barbecue being served on board, and it stops. So you can go snorkeling. So that's a kind of a fun thing to do. Reef riders. So there's lots of activities, snorkeling, windsurfing, you name it. All of that sort of stuff is included. Then on land, we've got the buggy rides. We've got the donkey sanctuary for the kids. There's a marvelous rainforest as well. Horseback riding on the beach, very, very popular. So there's a ton. We even have swimming with the pigs in Antigua now. I haven't done it yet. I understand it's quite popular, but we have swimming with the pigs also. There's also pickleball and tennis courts. Now, pickleball, as many of you would know, is essentially one of the most popular sports now in North America, and it certainly is that way in Antigua as well. We have folks that are calling our office, wanting to know, is there pickleball in Antigua? The answer is yes. Just about every resort on the island has dedicated pickleball courts, not just tennis courts that have been turned into pickleball courts, but we have dedicated pickleball courts. So that's a big thing. People are coming down to play in groups just to play pickleball. And of course, we have tennis courts. We have tennis pros available at many of the properties. Two lovely golf courses, Cedar Valley Golf Club and the Jolly Harbor Beach Resort, both 18-hole golf courses on the island. So golf is also quite popular. English Harbor. You're looking here at Nelson's Dockyard, which is a World Heritage site. It actually got the UNESCO World Heritage inscription in 2016. This is one of the most Instagrammable shots that you can find in Antigua. It's absolutely gorgeous. Folks go here just to see the sunset in the afternoon. And at English Harbor, we also have Shirley Heights. Shirley Heights is one of the places in Antigua where you must send your clients. It happens every Sunday. As a matter of fact, it has become so popular now that we do it on Thursdays as well. But Sunday is the big day. You'll notice this guy over here in the white shirt. He's got two drinks in his hand. He's double fisting it. So it's that kind of an experience. It is really the Caribbean's longest running barbecue party overlooking the beautiful English Harbor. You go up there, you watch the sunset. As soon as the sun sets, it turns into this giant party with reggae music and calypso music, and it's just a fun vibe for everyone on the island. All the tourists go. Most of the hotels actually provide transfers to Shirley Heights. So keep that in mind. It's a wonderful experience for your clients. And here's that lovely view sitting on the ledge overlooking Nelson's Dockyard at Shirley Heights. Antigua Sailing Week. Antigua actually has the fifth largest sailing regatta in the world. Did you know that? We've got all of the mega yachts in the Caribbean and across the world actually that come into the destination on a yearly basis, usually around the end of April, and they have these yachting races around the island. So a lot of that activity takes place on the ocean, but there's also a lot of activity connected with Sailing Week happening on the island as well. The restaurants are all full. It's just a fun time to be in Antigua during the Antigua Sailing Week. Sports fishing tournaments they've got turtle watching. Many of our hotels have their own turtle sanctuaries so that the guests can enjoy that as well. And of course, our heritage shines through in everything that we do on the island. We've got the best lobster. We've got the best pineapple. There's a pineapple in Antigua called the black pineapple. It isn't black. It's called the black pineapple, but it's the sweetest pineapple in the world. Dining experiences on the destination are incredible. We actually encourage you to encourage your clients to go off property and experience some of the restaurants, because the destination is one of the safest, if not the safest destination that you find anywhere in the Caribbean. There's some destinations where you go to and you have to be chaperoned off property. That's not the case in Antigua. It is very safe. So we encourage you to go off property and eat like a local. Try some of our local dishes like fungi and pepper pot, saltfish chop up and Johnny cakes. There's all kinds of local dishes that you can enjoy at many of our restaurants. As a matter of fact, we have Restaurant Week on the island. It's gotten so popular that it sort of extends past a week now. It's usually the first couple of weeks in May. So keep that in mind. We want you to sort of enjoy the dining experience and eat like a local when you come to Antigua during that period. Restaurant Week. Carnival, very big in Antigua and Barbuda. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most popular carnivals I think across the Caribbean. This year it was amazing. Just about Carnival is almost sold out already for next year. I had an agent call me up yesterday. She wants to book Carnival for 2027. So Carnival is becoming quite popular. Keep that in mind. And then, of course, we celebrate our independence on November 1. Lots of amazing vibes, pure vibes in Antigua and Barbuda. Now, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, but I'm sure you know that we've got some of the finest resorts you'll find anywhere in the Caribbean. We've got something for everyone: adults only, couples, family friendly, girlfriends, getaways, you name it, meeting and incentive groups, cottages, villas. We have everything available for your clients. I want to chat a little bit about our destination, Barbuda. Now, this slide is bathed in pink. Barbuda, of course, is our sister island. We talked about that earlier in the presentation as being the smaller of the two islands. It has always been kind of a spot where folks come into the main island of Antigua and then they go to Barbuda just for a day. It is actually becoming a lot more popular these days. To get to Barbuda, there are various ways. You can do the ferry, which is actually one of the most popular ways to get there. It's a 90-minute ferry ride from St. John's over to Barbuda, or you can do a helicopter, you can do an airplane, or these days you can also do a catamaran. Sometimes the ferry can be a bit choppy. If you get seasick and all that sort of stuff, you might want to consider doing the helicopter or the airplane. That's a 15-minute ride. So keep that in mind. So various ways to get there. The destination has recently opened up an international airport. That's right. We have an international airport that recently opened up in Barbuda. Now we're not doing the big jets yet, but they're private jets that are coming in to the and landing in Barbuda, and folks are staying in Barbuda, or they're taking the ferry over to the main island. So we have an international airport there, and of course we have pink beaches. Barbuda is known for its beautiful pink sand beaches. We got a frigate bird sanctuary, the best lobster you find anywhere in the Caribbean. The spiny lobster is called, and lots of restaurants, including the Nobu restaurant. Robert De Niro, who is pictured here in the upper right-hand corner, Robert De Niro and his partners have opened up the Nobu restaurant. It's actually the only Nobu restaurant in the Eastern Caribbean. And lots of folks who are staying in the main island of Antigua sometimes take the ferry over or take the helicopter over just to go over and enjoy some of the delicacies at the Nobu restaurant, which is right on the pink sand beach. So there's all kinds of things to do in Barbuda these days. And he's also opening up a Nobu Beach Inn on the island. That'll be opening up in 2026. Winter of 2026. So Barbuda is coming along nicely. This is a rendition of the Nobu Beach Inn. And we also have, for folks who are interested in staying maybe more than a day, and you want to come in and spend 3 or 4 nights on the island, Barbuda Belle, which is beautiful cottages located right on the beach, absolutely gorgeous accommodations. Barbuda Belle cottages are beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And then apart from Barbuda Belle, we also have the Barbuda Cottages, which are these lovely sort of bungalows that are built on stilts, kind of like a home away from home. Right on the beach, you open up your sliding glass door and boom, you're on the pink sand beach. So there are various accommodations available in Barbuda for guests who are not just interested in visiting just for one day, but want to spend some time enjoying the beautiful pink sand beach. And bear in mind, there are only like there's only 1,000 people, probably more like 950 people that live on the island of Barbuda. So we have one ferry. There's actually a little bit more than one ferry now. A little bit more than 2 flights because we've opened up the international airport. We'd love for everybody to come, but not all at once. Maybe 10 can come on the helicopter. Another 10 can come the next day. So we don't want to sort of overrun the destination because Barbuda, we want to keep it as pristine as possible. Like I said, only 900 people live in Barbuda, and so we don't want to overrun that beautiful island too much. Family-friendly resorts. We want to talk about some family-friendly resorts, and then Kim is going to come on and tell you a little bit about some of the adult-only resorts. Many of you would be familiar with Jumbie Bay. Jumbie Bay, without question, is one of the finest hotels you'll find worldwide, not just in Antigua or the Caribbean, but worldwide. It's part of the Otter collection, and it is a stunning property, very intimate. There are only, I think, 68 rooms at Jumbie Bay. They've got 6 categories that range from junior suites to the family suites to estate villas. Some of the estate villas can run you anywhere between $25,000 a night. But then we also have the accommodations in the junior suites that would run more like 2,000 to 2,005 a night. So it's a wide range, but it's a really spectacular private island paradise that is only 7 minutes away from, it's northeast, 7 minutes northeast of Antigua. So your clients will fly in, who are staying here, they fly into to Antigua, VC Bird International Airport. They're picked up and go through the fast track service. They get on a little private boat, and they're taken to this private island, and boom, you're in paradise. Jumbie Bay, just a stunning resort. Folks like Oprah Winfrey has a place here, so who knows, you might even get to rent Oprah's place. But it's really, really special, Jumbie Bay. And this, again, ideal for families. Beautiful property, Jumbie Bay Resort. Jumbie Bay Island, private island resort. And then, of course, we have, there's a brand new beach club that has just opened up called the Hut at Little Jumbie, which is also a private island. What it is, essentially, it's a restaurant and it's a bar where you can go, and you don't have to be staying at Jumbie Bay. You can stay at any resort on the island, and you can go to the Hut at Little Jumbie Bay and enjoy a nice meal a nice afternoon dinner, look at the sunset, etc. So that keep that in mind. It's called the Hut at Little Jumbie Bay. Another resort that's ideal for families is Hodges Bay. Hodges Bay. What's interesting about Hodges Bay is that they're now being operated by Wyndham Resorts. So keep that in mind. Hodges Bay is really quite nice, ideal for families, wonderful accommodations. There's also a little private island here called Prickly Pear, where you can sort of take a little boat up there and have your little private, has a little private beach and a bar and all that sort of stuff. But Hodges Bay is really quite nice, gorgeous, as I said, gorgeous accommodations, great dining options, beautiful. Look at that, just gorgeous. And I'd say Hodges Bay is a solid 4-star. And again, it's now part of the Wyndham Resorts group. Blue Waters Resort and Spa, another great family property. Blue Waters, very intimate again. It has 116 rooms. You'll find that most of the properties on or island are very intimate. We don't have these tall, high-rise buildings. Or I think our largest property would be 300 something rooms, and that's Royalton and Sandals. But the Blue Waters is just absolutely gorgeous. Villa accommodations, beautiful beach. They've got the rock cottages, they've got the cove cottages. Here you're looking at, this is 1 bedroom that's part of a 3-bedroom cottage at Blue Waters Resort. Ideal again for families. Babysitting services, great dining options. Blue Waters has 3 restaurants, 3 lovely restaurants. And accommodations include the Cove Cottage, the Rock Cottage, the Junior Suites, etc. So, and you can book this with confidence. Solid 4-star property, ideal for families. Blue Waters Resort. The Royalton Antigua. Now, the Royalton, we got 2 Royaltons, but this particular Royalton Antigua is ideal for families. You'll notice also they've got the over-the-water bungalows, which are adults only. That section is adults only. But the Royalton is a great choice for your families to do a lot of group business here. So keep that in mind. Nice accommodations. If you look beyond that sliding glass door, you'll see there's a pool right there, a little plunge pool at the Royalton. Royalton is a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. And here's a shot of the over-the-water bungalows, which again are adults only. The rest of the property is ideal, of course, for families, but the over-the-waters are adults only. Tamarind Hills Resort and Villas. Now, if you have clients who are not interested in an all-inclusive resort, but would prefer sort of an EP villa type of accommodation, you might want to consider Tamarind Hill Villas. It is really spectacular. Accommodations to die for. Now, it could be a bit challenging sometimes because you notice that it goes up, it's sort of up on the hill. So if your accommodations are all the way up top there, you've got to sort of walk up those steps. But once you get up to the steps, then, you know, you're in heaven because the accommodations are really, I have seen villa accommodations all over the Caribbean. I've never seen quite anything like the ones at Tamarind Hill Villas. They're beautiful. They all have their own private plunge pools and jacuzzis. And then, of course, they're also, let me just back up a little bit, Tamarind Hills. Beautiful views as well, and framed by 2 lovely beaches, Tamarind Hills. Okay, so now let's talk about Carlisle Bay, another family all-inclusive. Look at the backdrop for Carlisle Bay. Carlisle Bay is a solid 5-star virtuoso property. There's a section here to the left that's ideal for the family, and then the section on the right with the red roofs, those are sort of adults only. And then you've got the water sports area in the far right. Beautiful resort. Carlisle Bay has always been one of the top properties across the Caribbean. Really fabulous accommodations. Look at that. Carlisle Bay. You can't go wrong with Carlisle Bay, and you can't go wrong with Curtain Bluff. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got some of the finest hotels that you'll find anywhere in the Caribbean. Curtain Bluff, again, another virtuoso, solid 5-star property. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. Very intimate. Curtain Bluff has, I think, 72 rooms, and it's got 8 different types of accommodations ranging from deluxe to the 2-bedroom bluff villas. And there are 2 restaurants at Curtain Bluff as well. So it's just quite nice. Beautiful. St. James's Club, I'd say this is a solid 4-star property. Again, this is a great choice for families. You see, it's built sort of like on a nice little, the 2 beaches, a beach on either side. There's also a section here that's called the Royal Suites. That's adults only. But you can't go wrong with the St. James's Club. They've done some renovations recently. They've got villa accommodations here as well. It's ideal for families, great babysitting options. They've got wonderful restaurant choices. St. James's Club, I think, is a solid four-star property. You cannot go wrong. And it's, of course, it's part of the Elite Island Resorts group. And many of you would be aware that once you book, if you book an Elite property with Elite, they pay 20% commission. So keep that in mind. Jolly Beach Resort just sits on the best beach by far in Antigua, but it's I like to say this is more like a three-star property. So this is a three-star property and a five-star beach. So you have clients who are looking for affordability without compromise. You might want to consider, and you can see why it's a three-star. You know, it's nothing fancy. You sort of get what you pay for here, but they're doing quite well. Very, very. I think the rate is something like if I'm not mistaken, like $299 a night for the room or something like that, all inclusive. Swimming pool, bar, all that. So Jolly Beach would be by far one of the most affordable properties in here. Now we're going to introduce you to Kim again. Kim is going to come on, and Kim is going to tell you about our wonderful adult-only and couples resorts, couples of properties that we have in Antigua and Barbuda. Kim, it's all yours.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and tell you about these wonderful properties. We're going to start off at Coco's, which sits right at the end of that beautiful Jolly Beach. So plenty of things to do in that area. Take a nice stroll down the beach, go to Jolly Beach, go down to where the new Nikki Beach is going to be, walk over into Jolly Harbor. So one of those great areas where you're close to everything. And this property is just, it's rustic elegance. There's a charm to it. The food is amazing. The staff, again, is great. And sitting in that hammock or that plunge pool, watching the sunset is the absolute perfect place for a honeymoon. This is a little bit of a hilly property. So there are hills and stairs, so not the easiest to get around, but definitely the views are spectacular. The two beaches it sits between are amazing. Absolutely lovely. But then if you want a flat property, you can go to the sister resort, which is Kiona. It sits on a completely flat beach. You can see the nice rippling waves coming in on this one. The property is completely flat. Most of the rooms have their own private plunge pool. There are 55 rooms at this property, and each one has their own bally bed. So your room comes with your numbered bally bed. You never have to get up early in the morning and fight for your space in the sun. It's already arranged for you, and it is absolutely lovely. The gardens here are fantastic. And my favorite part of this resort is the double outdoor showers. So just another perfect spot for your honeymooners or those renewing their vows who just want to get away and are in love. It's absolutely stunning. Then we go over to Hermitage Bay, which has been voted the #1 honeymoon resort several times over. People that come to this property book it year and year over and over again because it is absolutely stunning. The food is amazing. The restaurant is great. This one is, again, a little bit of a hilly property, so make sure your clients are qualified. And they just redid all the rooms. So when it opens this October, everything will be these nice light woods, just absolutely fantastic. They put in a brand new beach bar wrapped around one of the old trees that sits on the beach. This is just elegance, beauty. Everything about it is wonderful. Now we're going to hop over to our party hotel, which is the Royalton Chic, located on Dickinson's Bay. Absolutely stunning. They did a great job on this property. It is half redone of the old Halcyon Resort, and then the 6-story tower on the beach is the new build. But it is the foam pool parties, the entertainment at night, just everything about it is super fun and exciting. The over-the-water bungalows are duplex over-the-water bungalows. So if you have a girls group, like a bachelorette party or something else going on, this is the perfect accommodations because you can actually sleep 6 in the total unit. So just something to think about for your groups that are coming down. Or if you have couples that want to share, the space, it's just absolutely lovely. Now we're going to go over to Hammock Cove, which is, I have to say, one of my favorites. The food there is amazing. The scenery is wonderful. Those private plunge pools are absolutely amazing. This is a Virtuoso property. It is with Elite Island Resort, so that 20% commission is very lovely. The rooms are done with every inch of the room used but not cluttered. They're spacious. You have your own ambassador that will make all your reservations for you. Now, mind you, there's only, I believe it's 50 rooms now at the property. So you're not fighting for any type of space. They just added 2 additional pickleball courts, so there are 6 there now. The chef is a Michelin star chef. He even does a cooking class during the week. So you can get out of the sun and enjoy that. And then on Thursdays and Saturdays, they do a special little thing down by the pool and the beach where it's champagne and caviar, champagne and oysters. Everything about this is just pure luxury. It is fantastic. Rod and I usually have fun when we're on our fam trips and stick all our travel advisors in that shower just to show you the large space that it is. And so simply 10 can fit in that shower.
We keep our clothes on, of course.
Yes, totally, fully clothed, of course. But it is kind of funny. Then Galley Bay, which is also with the Elite Island Resorts properties, also a Virtuoso property as well. This property, again, because everyone on Antigua has its charm and it's different and it's elegant and it's fun or it's laid back. It kind of encompasses everything that you can look for on a vacation. So if you want the real party crowd, we have resorts for that. If you want totally laid back, we have that as well. So there's a nice mix of everything. So when you're qualifying your clients and you're not sure what the feel of a property is, that's what Rod and I are here for and the rest of the team. So we can tell you what's best for what your clients are looking for. This one, the beach is absolutely amazing. The food is astronomical. They have their own garden where they grow their own vegetables. It's just nice and flat. Nothing is taller than 2 stories. The rooms are stunning. That beach is phenomenal. Somebody did put into the chat that they had a question about the red flag days. So I grew up on the East Coast. So if you're at the Jersey Shore, a regular day with the waves rolling in, that's a red flag day in Antigua. So just to give you the type of waves that it would be, it is very calm. Even on red flag days, I have no issue being in the water at Galley Bay. The rooms are stunning. Everything is wonderful. Whoops, missed one. Went too fast. The Gauguin Cottages, these are on the lagoon side. I love these rooms. It's a 5-minute walk to the beach. They have service on the beach where they will set up, your space for you so you're not in front of the beachfront rooms. They do an excellent job here. Like I said, it is Virtuoso with beach service and everything else now. But those plunge pools in the garden area are just absolutely wonderful. The Veranda Resort, another one of the Elite Island Resort properties. This one is a lot of fun. It's great for groups. It's great for couples, anything that you can possibly think of, even to go watch the Super Bowl because they have an amazing sports bar and they celebrate everything here. White Party Wednesdays, all different things going on throughout the week during your stay. So a lot of fun. The rooms, this picture does not do the rooms justice. They're absolutely lovely. They're nice big rooms, all with beautiful verandas, nice lovely bathrooms. And then right next door, over on Long Bay, will be the Pineapple Beach Club. This is the property for any of your clients who are social but not overly crazy partiers. It does have a wonderful entertainment all during the week. And the Pineapple has nothing to do with that other Pineapple. This is the pineapple, the Antiguan black pineapple is what it's named after. I just like to let everybody know because it's amazing how many questions I get about that. The rooms are lovely. They are in the process of redoing the waterfront rooms now. They have redone pretty much every inch of this property. It is absolutely lovely. I'll be going here on October 30th to check it out for everyone, just to let you know how all the renovations went. But it is definitely, a wonderful, wonderful resort to go to. Very easy for any of your clients that have any mobility issues because it is basically completely flat, except for the water view rooms, which are the ones that you can see that are the 3-story buildings. Antigua, most of the buildings are not taller than a pineapple tree, so nothing taller than 3 stories. And those 3-story buildings do not have elevators. If it's anything over the 3 stories, which you would only find at Sandals, and the 2 Royaltons, there are no elevators. Just keep that in mind. But the views are beautiful. The rooms are great. The staff here is absolutely amazing. And then, of course, our Sandals Grand Antigua, voted the most romantic Sandals resort. And why? This property just has it all. The beach, Dickinson's Bay, is absolutely amazing. The Caribbean village there is just absolutely wonderful. And a heads up, they are redoing all those rooms now, so I can't wait to see them. Changing it all to the light woods and updating the entire property. So super excited about that. This is where the rendezvous started in Antigua. So the wonderful rendezvous that you can find on Sandals and Dickinson's Bay. And it's just in a wonderful area. Everything about this resort really is fantastic. And it's one of the best priced Sandals as well. Then we go over to Hawksbill, which I call Hawksbill bohemian chic. It's just got its fun little flair, 5 different beaches, one of which, of course, is our Eden Beach, the all natural beach. So if you have clients that like that, we even have a spot for them in Antigua. But the rooms are really cute. Everything about it is light and bright and just it's a wonderful place to enjoy your vacation. The Inn at English Harbor, small boutique property right in the Nelson's Dockyard area. Perfect for a buyout for a small wedding or small corporate group. Thanks, Teresa. I can see that. I have some coffee. But anyway, so the Inn at English Harbor, absolutely stunning property. The views from the restaurant are amazing. Again, it's the dark woods, all the whites, just making it very elegant. We have the beach bungalow cottages. The Prince of Monaco has even stayed in these, so they are absolutely wonderful, and that beach is breathtaking. The Escape at Nonsuch Bay. This one is very trendy, very chic. It is not on the beach. You do have to take a golf cart or walk down to the beach area, but they all do have the private plunge pools, and it does show an excellent price point when you're looking at it. And then Cocoa Bay, which sits on its own peninsula. Absolutely lovely. Think Coco's in Kiona, but now instead of all the wood colors, they've made it all pastels. So just something a little bit different. Very cute, wonderful pool area. This is the home to where Sheer Rock's restaurant is, voted best restaurant in the Caribbean 3 times. Hey, Rod, your slides are out of order. Oh, this would be under villas. This is Nonsuch Bay Residences. They are a villa property. They are right below the Escape at Nonsuch Bay. This is, however, a family-friendly property. But the rooms are absolutely lovely. Great for groups. The units are the bedroom, the living area, and then another bedroom off to the side, so very lovely. And how do you book us? Everyone sells Antigua and Barbuda now. Some of the groups have a lot more properties than others, but you can definitely find us pretty much everywhere. And our new resorts, which we're very excited about. Moongate, which is the sister property of the Escape at Nonsuch, again with all the private plunge pools as well as the wonderful pool area. This is on Half Moon Bay. I absolutely love Half Moon Bay. It is beautiful. There are restaurants right down by the beach. It's just a wonderful place to go, even for a day trip to enjoy Half Moon Bay. But these are going to be wonderful, and they're opening soon. And then our new things, the Nikki Beach, I touched on that. It's going right on Jolly Beach next to the Jolly Beach Resort. So your fun and trendy Miami total vibe type of place. Then we have the Silver Sands one and only in Nobu going over to Barbuda. Rosewood and the Marriott will disclose their locations pretty soon, but we're super excited about all of
You
that.
might have heard of Antigua, but let me tell you, Barbuda is where it's at. We got coral reefs in one of the biggest bird sanctuaries in the Western Hemisphere.
Barbuda? Really? We got Nelson's Dockyard, English Harbor, and we got the party. Yeah! There is more people here than on your entire island.
Exactly, man. You come to Barbuda, you get all beaches to yourself, and not just beaches, pink sand beaches.
Pink sand? I'll take swimming with stingrays.
I'd rather be liming here, man. This rum punch, don't miss.
You know what else don't miss? Share Rocks, winner of Best Restaurant in the Caribbean.
3 times.
Well, trust me, people said our lobsters are pretty good too.
This lobster.
These waves!
These fans.
Antigua! Gotta be Barbuda. Valley Church Beach. Oh, really? Antigua! Come on.
Barbuda.
What? Antigua!
Nah, really?
Are you serious?
Why choose when you can have both?
Why choose when you can have both? And here are ways that you can sort of keep in touch with us. There is our website. Visit AntiguaBarbuda.com. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. We're all over the place. So keep that in mind when you're getting hold of it. I know Sabrina has also put our contacts for Kim and myself in the chat so that you guys can take advantage of us in case you need any questions answered.
Do we have enough time to answer some of the questions in the chat?
I think we
You
do.
have all the time in the world, my friends. Of course. This audience would never forgive me if I said, that's it, we're going now. No way. You have opened the door to so many amazing things. And I'm going to throw your chat information, your email information in there just a sec, Rod.
Good.
Again and again, and the Spoiled Agent page, because actually on the Spoiled Agent page, there's an entire map and you can find all the team there as well and all the emails. So I'll make sure to include that. But we'll get started with the questions here. What a beautiful presentation. Thank you both. Agents, if you have to run, not to worry, you've already qualified for that wonderful 2,000 points. And of course, you've qualified with a Spoiled Agent draw, new this month. Any live webinar you attend, you are going to be entering for a chance to win a $250 gift card. That's right. So the more you watch, the more chances you have to win. And every first Thursday of the month, we're giving away the past month. So the first Thursday in November, watch out because we're going to be giving away a gift card for all the webinars that we hosted in the month of October. So thank you so much for being here. So now we're going to the Q&A box. If you have a question, make sure you put it there. First of all, which resort has the least walking to beach pool for clients that have trouble walking?
Well, I think I touched on this one in the presentation. Definitely Pineapple Beach Club is great for anyone who has any mobility issues.
Yes.
Also, Galley Bay is another one that is fantastic for that. And then the Kiona Resort would be another good one, and Jolly Beach, depending on their price point.
Correct.
So we do have several resorts that are nice and flat, but we do have ones that have a bunch of hills. Even St. James Club, depending on where they're staying on that property, would be easy walking.
Okay, and then maybe this is along the same lines, but which resorts are walking distance to the shops and bars?
But bear in mind that when you land at VC Bird International Airport, nothing is further away than 35 to 40 minutes. So it's easy to get to the restaurants. It's easy to go shopping. It's easy. You can rent a car if you wanted to. You can take a taxi. If you rent a car, just remember that you have to drive on the left, which is the correct way to drive, by the way. And yeah, so it's quite easy to get around in Antigua.
Okay, perfect. And is this video available to download and share? I believe you mentioned YouTube.
Yes, Caution, Antigua May Come From is available on YouTube. Just Google it, Antigua May Come From,
Okay.
by Caution. Yeah, and
Okay, and I'll
it's
also throw in a
it's
link
on
in
our
just a
website as
moment.
well. It's also on our website.
Perfect. So many ways to find it. And are there any direct flights out of Boston on the horizon?
On the horizon, I have to say yes. Our colleagues have just gotten back from having some meetings with the airline executives. They had a meeting, I think, in Hong Kong at Roots 2025, and I think that was one of the discussions that came up. We would love to get a New England direct flight because as it stands now, we're getting quite a bit of business out of that area, out of the Boston, New Hampshire, Connecticut area. So that's in the works.
Okay, perfect. And next one up, I just booked a client for a week in January at Galley Bay. It checked off almost all of their wish list. One of their questions or concerns was how swimmable or calm the ocean current is there. I've warned them about red flag days. I know you mentioned that, Kim. Can you speak to if red flags are more than the norm? I think you already answered this, Kim. Or if it is reasonable to expect a decent amount of calm seas. I think it never hurts to reiterate some of your strong selling points, right?
They are definitely usually more calm than red flag, but of course, based on the winds, and it is the Caribbean, that would be, when you have the bigger waves. But like I said, growing up on the East Coast, being a Jersey Shore girl, the waves are nothing compared to what you would find there. So
Right.
even the red flag days, it's, if you have difficulty standing or, you're not comfortable in the waves, definitely don't go in on the red flag days. But if you're used to jumping waves and playing around in the ocean, the red flag days are still fine. But usually it'll be nice and calm where you can tell your clients, bring a little float with them if they want to just, enjoy the water, floating around in a tube or something like that. I don't leave
Right,
home
that's right.
without
Yeah,
I
because
don't leave home without one, so I have them everywhere.
Oh,
there's
that's
a
amazing.
there's a wonderful pool as well there with a waterfall at Galley Bay.
Okay,
Yes.
and everyone, here comes the contacts once again in the chat, just so we have them nice, because of course everything gets buried as we keep going through the chat, which is wonderful because I love the engagement. So thank you for that. Someone says, I'm a specialist, however, I'm unable to download any marketing materials. Why is that?
There shouldn't be an issue with downloading any of it. It depends on what I know sometimes there's an issue with the different browsers, but pretty much everything that's even from the specialist site, it would also be available on YouTube. So if you
Oh.
can't get it from the one, you can definitely get it from the other, or send me an email. I'll send you the link that I have. But it's the internet. Sometimes everything works perfectly, and sometimes it doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah.
Yep, I hear you. I personally would try like clearing my cookies and my cache or cache or however you want to call it, and then trying again. The next one is from Mara Ohanian. Mara, I'm going to send this directly to Rod. It seems that maybe they're having an issue getting through because Mara says their email often goes to spam. So Mara, Rod is going to receive this report with your name and your email on it, and then he'll be able to help you out so that
Perfect.
she says you
Perfect.
met at Roadshow in Long Island and she wants to get in touch.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. And then the
Perfect.
next one, and that'll be on the report because all of our hosts receive the full report of all the questions, and it says your name, your agency name, your email, phone number, everything that you entered when you registered for the Zoom. So it's pretty handy. Next question, is taxi the best transportation between Anu and resorts?
Yes, I would say so. I mean, the minute you land, you can grab a taxi. Taxis are One of the best ways to get around, if you decide not to rent a car, it's very easy. I mean, no matter where you're staying, there are always taxis in the parking lot waiting to be called to the front area to take you to wherever you want to go.
Okay, perfect. What would you suggest if thinking of a day trip to Barbuda from Antigua?
I
Antigua.
think I think it's a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah.
Besides the catamaran day trips that you can go on, or the ferry, there's also private boat rentals that you can take, such as Barefoot Antigua has I believe it's a 12-person boat that they will take you over to Barbuda with, where you
Mhm.
can even enjoy the Frigate Bird Sanctuary, as well as Antigua Extreme. You can also go on a private boat tour over to Barbuda. So there are other options besides just the ferry and, setting up the time to go through the Frigate Bird Sanctuary. If you go on one of the tours, they can easily set that up for you. And I highly recommend it. There's something about that tour that it just makes it gives you chills watching these majestic birds that you don't see anyplace else. It's just absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay. Now I've got a few chat questions coming in the chat box. Help us out and put them in the Q&A because I'm just trying to go in the order they were received. I see another 5 questions, but they're slowly getting buried.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody's asking about a rainy season and sarcasm, or not sarcasm, sargassum.
Sargasm, yes.
I can't say it in English.
It's funny.
Sargasm.
It's funny about the sargassum. I actually just read this morning that the sargassum sea, wherever that's located on the planet, is not producing as much sargassum as it normally does, which is wonderful
Oh,
news.
thank goodness.
Yeah, it's wonderful news for the destination. We have been very fortunate this year. We haven't really had too much of it. There have been years when we've had some issues with sargassum, but this year we've been very fortunate. And now we're sort of outside that sargassum zone anyway.
Okay, so just another friendly reminder, help us out. Type your questions in the Q&A. They're being read in the order they were received. I don't want to miss anyone's. We really cherish your time. We know you're professionals and we want to spoil you, right? So are there
Spoiled
any,
agents.
that's right. Are there adult-only resorts that accommodate 3 adults in room with a bedding? I have 3 women friends.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, we can, the Royalton would be one of them, I think. The Veranda
Mhm.
Resort and Spa, the Veranda would also be, the Veranda has a category there, the 2-bedroom villas. Some of them have plunge pools. They can certainly accommodate 3 adults. Absolutely. We have a few resorts that can accommodate 3 adults.
Okay, perfect. And can we use your beautiful videos on advertisement for
Yes,
our agency? Yes.
we
Most
encourage
definitely.
that.
I was sure you'd say
Absolutely.
that. But I see this question so often, and it's a great way. Let's just get it out there. Yes, absolutely. Use it. Put it everywhere in your house, on your phone, on your website, everywhere. Play it out loud at the grocery store in the lineup. Just hold your phone like this, and people are going to start asking you questions.
Antigua may come from.
That's right.
Mhm.
Which resort has the most authentic food?
Oh,
Oh, that's a tough
that's
one.
that's a
Or
tough
some
one.
of the top maybe is easier.
But generally speaking, you will find at most resorts would have at least 1 or 2 nights where they would offer something authentic, like pepper pot or Johnny Cakes and something like that. Most resorts would encourage it. The Royalton, I know the Royalton Antigua does it. So does the Royalton Chic. So, depending on where you're staying, I'm not sure about Hammock Cove because of the Michelin chef and all that. But I think most resorts at some point would have that as part of the menu, so you can choose some of the local dishes. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, you could also go off property because the destination is very safe. You can go off property and enjoy some of the local cuisine without any hassles whatsoever.
Okay, and speaking of local cuisine, what is a must-try food in Antigua?
I know that Kim likes this one. I think it's called pepper pot. Pepper pot is called.
I,
Then of course, we have lobster. everybody has lobster because the spiny lobster is very popular, but pepper pot is kind of like a cornmeal and okra sort of a combination that's quite popular on the island.
Okay, and
The
some
ox
agents are chiming in the chat. Go ahead, Kim.
the oxtail. You have to have the oxtail when you're in Antigua. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh,
You
you guys are
chop up
making me hungry. You're
spinach,
making me hungry.
okra. I just eat my
Oxtail,
way around.
yes.
You eat your way around the destination. Okay, I'm
I
signing
do.
up. Let me
I
know when
really
you're
do.
going. We'll be on the same time zone. It'll be great. Okay, what is the best month to visit? Is there one?
It's a year-round destination. I mean, it really is. The islands never close. I would say that our busy season would be maybe from December 15th until right after Easter. That's perhaps when the rates might be a bit higher. And then after Easter, all the way through the summer season into the fall would be our low season. But it's a year-round destination. So you can visit the islands of Antigua and Barbuda anytime.
Okay. And can you go back to the slide before Coco Bay, please? Someone is asking.
Go back to the slide before Coco Bay.
Yes.
Let's see if I can find that one.
In the meantime, I'll ask another question. So before
Yes.
Coco Bay,
Go
is there
ahead.
sargassum? I think you already addressed this, but just in case, is there sargassum coming to the beaches on the island? And I think you said sort of you've been fortunate and that it's not a thing right
Very
now.
fortunate. We've been very fortunate about that. Yeah.
Okay.
We've
How
been
about
very
direct
fortunate.
flights coming from Metro DC area?
Well, that's very much like you mean like the Baltimore area and stuff like that. That's also in the works. I mentioned earlier about
Hong Kong.
about Hong Kong
Yeah.
and the Roots 2025 conversations that we're having with the airlines. So I don't know the specifics about it, but I'm sure that might have been brought up as well. Flights, the more flights we can get to the destination, the better for us. So
Okay,
we're working on it. We're working on that.
and to our friend who asked about the slide before Coco Bay, I think it was. I think we're here. Is this it?
But
You
no,
can,
hold on a second. Let's see. Which one was it before? The one before Coco Bay?
but the one
Was
before
it
Coco Bay, they
was
said.
the escape at Nonsuch?
So that is, excuse me, that came from someone in the audience. Where are you? Shawnette Dixon. Shawnette, is that what
Oh,
you were hoping?
Shawnette. Oh my
Shawnette,
goodness,
just throw a
right
note in the
there.
chat. Let us know if this is the one or give us a thumbs up. Next up, awesome presentation. I can't wait for this evening to attend the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority Roadshow in my local area. Well, lucky
Oh, good.
you, Amalir.
Awesome.
Are there travel agent rates and how do we access them? I know the answer.
Yes, sure you do. There are lots. I mean, there are just about all of the properties that we've touched on. Both Kim and myself today have travel agent rates. Some of them even run into the winter season. I know, for example, Elite and Resorts, for example, they've got travel agent rates available, excellent rates available at the Veranda, at Pineapple Beach. So you can get a hold of call the 800 number and you can get down on a travel agent rate. Absolutely.
And here it is in the chat. There's the travel agent rates for you. And guess where they live? Right on the spoiled agent page. So super easy. They've gone through this wonderful work to get you contacts and information for all of the properties that have either day passes or agent rates for stays. So that's for you, Tawanda, and any other agents who'd like to know. I'll put the spoiled agent page back in for you as well. Will you be emailing this presentation to us? Is the next question.
Yes. What I'd like to do, I'm assuming, Sabrina, that you will be sending us a list,
Yes.
a comprehensive list with emails and all that. Because what we can do is we can send out a very comprehensive email that details everything about the destination. From every possible question that the agent would have to help them sell the destination, whether it's who's the general manager of this hotel, who's the GM of that hotel, how many rooms does this hotel have, taxi operators, etc. We have a very detailed email that we can forward to all the participants of
So you're
this.
basically spoiling the agents. I love it.
We're
That's why we
spoiling the
love
agent.
you as
We're
partners. You
spoiling the
make it
agent.
easy. Okay.
Yeah.
If I have clients coming in about 3 weeks, is it too late to sign them up for the airport expedited service and departure lounge? Lounge?
No, I don't believe it's too. It's never too late for that. I mean,
Okay.
no, it's not too late for that at all.
Okay, great.
You mean for the fast track?
I
The fast track
imagine
service.
they've mentioned airport expedited service. I imagine, yeah.
I think that's a fast track service. Yeah,
You have,
Okay.
yeah.
yes. And you have to go to the VCBIA website in order to book that.
Right.
Or unless you have it with Classic or Pleasant, which you have that as an option to add on. But it would have to be booked with the airport directly.
Okay, perfect. Welcome to VC Bird. Okay, I'll get you the link real quick. I got it. I'll be right with you guys getting you that link, okay? And if you have to run, we understand some of you are saying
There's
that
the
in the
link right.
chat.
There's the link right there. VCBIA.com.
Okay, perfect. Here you go. I'll just throw it in there so they can actually click on it right away. There you
Excellent.
go. And do any of the family-friendly resorts have a water park?
The only one with an actual water park would be the Royalton Chic. I'm sorry, the
The
Royalton.
Royalton Antigua.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not a big water park. It's more of a splash pad type water park for the kids. Although the beaches are so wonderful, the kids can play in the surf. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But
nature is your water park, right?
yeah, but
Yes.
that kids section at the Royalton Antigua is really quite special. It's really quite nice.
Cool.
The kids club is absolutely amazing there.
Yeah.
Even for the teenagers.
Okay,
They
I'm
have
signing
plenty
up.
of different games and things to do. They have a rock wall. They have the playground equipment. The inside where you can leave them for the afternoon is absolutely wonderful. They're doing all different games. It's
Yes.
a really fun one to stay at.
Okay, fantastic. What resorts would you say have rooms for families of 5 or more?
5 or more. But again, it would depend on the budget, I
What
think.
kind of, yeah, and what kind of accommodations they're looking for.
Yeah.
St. James
Okay.
Club, the
Definitely St. James's
villas.
Club. Definitely St. James's Club, the villas, yeah. Because St. James's Club has two and 3 bedroom villas available. And that's ideal for families. Beautiful accommodations, actually. Gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, when sargassum does come around, where on the island is it most likely to accumulate?
That all depends on the winds.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. And like you said, it's not even an issue right now, so that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Which resort would be best for a traveler with celiac disease? So they need gluten-free.
Yeah, I mean the chefs and most of these properties would be happy to work with anyone who's coming in that has a special dietary requirements. So I don't think there's any particular, one hotel that I would say would be the best. If you got somebody coming in and they've got some issues, you could either get a hold of myself or Kim. We'll put you in touch with the chef of that particular property, and then you can discuss it with the chef so that everything is taken care of when they arrive.
Okay. And then Cindy's asking, can you please repeat that 5 families of 5 or more answers? They just missed it. Could you say that again?
I think we said
Oh,
Go
St.
ahead.
James. If they want all inclusive, St. James Club for family friendly, Carlisle Bay, as
Carlisle Bay
well
for
as
sure. And then
Bluff.
if they're not interested in the all inclusive, certainly the Taman Hills, which I talked about earlier, Taman Hill Villas, amazing accommodations, and they can definitely do the family of 5 or even greater.
Okay. Is Antigua LGBT friendly.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
100%.
I mean, the
Absolutely.
beaches are pink, so it's already fun. There you go.
Right. Yes.
There you go.
That's
Are
why I'm
there
wearing the
any,
pink shirt.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's why I'm wearing the pink shirt.
I love it. I tried. I gotta get a new pink shirt. Okay. Are there any resorts that do not charge a resort fee? I know that Veranda has one.
But I think
All of
that's a government thing. So that's sort of out of the resort's hands. They have to
Yeah.
charge that fee. It's a
Yeah, of
government
course.
sort of a government
Yeah.
tax.
And
Yeah.
you have that in many destinations. Also, the reef protection fee that you have to pay if you use
Right.
the snorkeling, anything. Yeah, that's out of their hands. Okay. What about any reports with water parks? Oh, I think they meant resorts. I think we talked about that and that you mentioned the property, right, Rod?
I'm sorry, what was that
A
question?
resort with a water park you mentioned.
Yeah, we talked about we don't really have water parks, but we have something. What comes close to it would be the Royalton Antigua.
Okay.
That has that fabulous area for the kids and all that sort of stuff, Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And does anyone know what is the completion date for the Sandals renovations?
that would have to be answered by them.
Yeah. Bear in mind, though, that those renovations don't affect anything. They don't affect the guests who are there right now because what they're doing is they're blocking off blocks.
Sections.
Yeah, you don't even see or hear what's going on there at
That's
Sand.
wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, this is a great one. Is there nightlife in Barbuda off resort?
Nightlife in Barbuda?
Yes.
Most of our nightlife would be on the main island, of course, would be in Antigua. And there is some nightlife, but it would in Barbuda, but it's a bit more subdued. It's the nightlife really happens in Antigua rather than in Barbuda.
Okay,
Would
fantastic.
you agree with that, Kim?
I agree.
Yeah.
On Barbuda, there's less than 1,000 people that live on Barbuda. And
Right.
currently with the hotel rooms, I think we have enough room for maybe there's 40 hotel rooms available there. So you're really not going to find a lot of nightlife. You're going to find romantic experiences,
Very
fire pit
relaxing kind
on
of
the
atmosphere.
beach,
Yeah.
laid back and enjoy. Barbuda, for the most part, was Gilligan's Island, and now it's being developed into what's going to be the next St. Bart's.
Right.
So a lot more will be coming on, but right now it's just pure paradise.
Okay, well, that's excited. Like you said, don't everybody come at once, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, well, this has been just an absolute treat as always. I'm always learning more and getting more and more excited and thinking about how can I get there from the middle of nowhere where I live in Western Canada. But anyway, I'll make it there. I know I will. I have faith. And I just wanted to thank you because both of you just did such a phenomenal job of presenting these beautiful twin islands. And I'd like to thank you also, all of you, for taking the time to, hear through the questions, all of you that stayed on up until this point. Thank you. The winner will be selected at random for the prize. So next week, probably midweek, we'll send out that announcement with a thorough follow-up, as Rod mentions. And Rod, you can send me anything you'd like me to include in that, or if you're sending the follow-up anyway, then that's perfect. I'll just send out the contact info and say, here's the lucky winner. So fingers crossed.
Okay.
And everyone's entered to win the $250 gift card anyway. Do you have any final words you'd like to share, Rod and Kim?
I just want to echo your thoughts, Sabrina. Thank you so much, by the way, for organizing this. We're delighted to be able to present our destination to so many ages. I'm overwhelmed with the questions. I just love the questions that we got. And I'm happy that we were able to answer them. I hope that our presentation will sort of guide you into selling the destination. Anyone that walks into your office right now and come to Antigua and Barbuda. So I just want to say thank you very much for your support. And Kim?
Again, thank you everyone who joined. I did put in the chat for those interested in doing independent site inspections, the link for doing that as well. And we'll include that in the follow-up information that Sabrina sends out. And like we said at the beginning, if you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We can help you out with getting your clients to the destination and all the different things that you can't find in a magazine to do while you're there.
Yes, we can be used and abused, but gently.
Wonderful. Such great comments too in the chat. Thank you so much
Yes.
for this outstanding training, Gloria says. And you guys, you have some weekend reading if you read this chat. It's taller than all the buildings put together on your beautiful islands. That's for sure. It's a long, long chat full of wonderful engagement. Thanks, agents. And thanks to you, absolute professionals. Of course, Rod and Kim, for taking the time and giving us the pleasure of learning more about your beautiful destinations. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and we hope to see you on another session really soon.
Thanks very much. You take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.